So Ditto might be kind of not necessary in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Hey everyone, what's going on? It's Zach here, and today we're going to talk about Ditto. Ditto throughout the games has been available in every single generation, every single game. From checking Serebii, the only one that it's not native in is Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, and it can be traded through Fire Red, Leaf Green, or Emerald. So getting Ditto is not hard, but one thing that Ditto's always done is be the breed Pokemon. Those of you who don't know, Ditto is a Pokemon whose main ability, only ability in all honesty, is to transform. It's the transform Pokemon. And what this can do is transform into the same species as a Pokemon you need to breed. People use this to create competitive mons. You usually try to get a Ditto with really good IVs, 4, 5, or 6. Me personally, I made sure that when the Ditto event was going on very early in Sword and Shield, I went through all the dens until I found a Ditto that was 6 IV'd, and I used my 2 switches to catch multiple of them. I ended up with 8, so I have 6 IV Dittos that are legit, just waiting to be moved to the new games. But we might not need Ditto. So throughout the trailers, we have learned about the new picnic ability where you can make sandwiches. We've learned more about those sandwiches giving you certain boosts for certain things. And it says, where is it? It says right here, spend time together and strengthen your bonds. When you have picnics with your Pokemon, you may also find a Pokemon egg. So from what we've heard so far, and it's not fully confirmed, but what we've heard so far is that this is going to be the only way to get eggs. So what does that mean for Ditto? Are you going to have to carry a Ditto in your party at all times and not just throw one in the daycare and switch it out with whatever mon you want to breed at that time? When you have a full party, how does it determine who are the parents for the egg? Do you have to, can you get multiple eggs at one time? These are all questions for someone like me that competitively breeds their teams. I want to know. I want to know how I can get as many eggs as possible to hatch. And I'm sure shiny hunters that use the Masuda method with a foreign Ditto or a foreign Pokemon are really interested in finding out how this works as well too, because I know a lot of shiny hunters will mass gain eggs and then hatch them all in advance. And that's usually what I do as well. I collect lots of eggs while hatching the first 1 or 2 rounds, and then I'll get a reserve, and then I'll hatch some if I want to shiny hunt, or if I know that the stats that I need are not going to come quickly. Say if I'm bringing it with a 0 Speedmon for Trick Room, I know that I'm not going to hit that on the first try, especially with a 6 IV Ditto. So I get lots of eggs to hatch them. So we are going to have to wait for the game to come out. We're going to have to wait for more information, whether it's from Joe American Serebii or Austin John Plays or another content creator, whoever stumbles upon the most optimal way to get eggs first, or the data mine. The data mine might give us some information on how this new egg system works, but as far as we know, this is the only way we're going to be able to get eggs in Scarlet and Violet. So it's going to be weird to see how Ditto fits a role in that, because a good 6 IV Ditto used to be the mon that just would sit in your daycare and you would just throw other mons in with it to do its thing and get the eggs that you need. The other thing with Ditto I want to talk about is Ditto in battle. So Ditto is not used too often in VGC, but one thing it is used for is restricted formats. With restricted formats, you usually get the use of 2 restricted Pokemon. Those are your Kyogre, your Zacian, your Groudon, your Rayquaza, Mewtwo, if you're feeling spicy. But those mons, you're allowed 2 to a team. And what a lot of people will do, especially in early meta, is have a Ditto, and this Ditto is usually one of two items. It's usually Focus Sash, so it can take one hit, so it's always dealing 2 hits, or a Choice Scarf to guarantee outspeed the opponent you're copying. So the strategy is that you have a opponent's Pokemon set up, or you have their strongest Pokemon on the field, and you will copy it. You will copy all of its stats. You'll copy all of its boost. You'll copy all of its IVs. The only thing you don't copy is the HP stat. HP stat is the only thing on Ditto that does not change, which is why when you see a Ditto on a competitive team, the IVs just look like that. So with Imposter, transformation happens immediately. You can also have, I think one of the powders. Oh, quick powder. When Ditto hasn't transformed, its speed is doubled. So I think the fastest Ditto you can get at a level 50. Let's see. And we'll just do timid. Nope. Timid is 110. So 220 isn't too bad, but why waste the item slot for Ditto when you can just use the hidden ability Imposter and it just happens automatically? Of course, this relies on you playing a good board position or making a good guess on lead to copy the Pokemon you want to copy. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's a 50-50 shot, especially on lead. But my big question is how Ditto is going to react to Terastallization. So when a Pokemon Terastallizes, is it going to take that form? Is it going to take the original form of the Pokemon, or is it going to take the Terastallized form? And also, if you haven't Terastallized yourself yet, will Ditto be able to Terastallize to a different type, giving Ditto the potential to switch types a second time technically? I don't think that's going to be the case. So I was looking into it, and Fufutu, I feel like I'm saying the name correctly, they tested how Ditto with Mega Evolution and Z moves work. So what they did is they took a Ditto, they swapped it out, they tried to use the Z move when the Charizard was in base form. It was able to use the Z move, but as you can see here, the Charizard has now Mega Evolved, so when Ditto comes back in, it turns into a Mega Charizard Y, and down here you'll see that he tries to use the Z move, and it says that there are no moves available. So Ditto cannot use a Z move, even though it has the right Z crystal, because it transformed into a Mega Charizard Y. The Mega Charizard prevents it from using a Z move. So I think that's how we're going to see Ditto react when it transforms into a Terastallized Pokemon. If it does transform into a Terastallized Pokemon, it's going to copy everything about it, including those 3 stabs in that Terrestrial form. But if you haven't Terastallized yet, Ditto won't be able to do it if it copies a Terrestrial Pokemon. That's how I think is going to happen based on previous information, thanks to Fufutu. But that's basically it. I don't know if Ditto's going to be used, because say you copy a Pokemon and then it Terastallizes to counter itself. Think of copying a Kyogre just for it to go Terastallize Lightning, and then it gets a Stab Thunder, but because you came in when it wasn't Terastallized, you don't get that boost, but the opposing Kyogre does. I don't know. What do you think? I think we'll definitely see Ditto. Like I said, there's only been literally 2 games in the mainline series where Ditto hasn't been involved. I think technically Pokemon Legends Arceus as well, there was no Ditto. There wasn't really needed to be. But how do you think Scarlet and Violet will change Ditto's role as 1, a breed Pokemon, and 2, a Pokemon that is used in restricted formats? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you made it this far in the video, I want to say thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned in, because later today, or probably already happened, in all honesty, there should be more Pokemon news coming out, and I'm going to make a video when I get home, obviously. But yeah, let me know what you think about Ditto and Scarlet and Violet. And until next time, I'm Zach, and we'll see everyone later.